in Democratic-leaning states, 70% of ICE arrests happen in the community. 78% of those arrested in community raids had no criminal record. The question is, why go after both?
I think anytime that you exclude...
We have rather crazy CNN reporting highlighting how Trump truly is using ICE as his personal Gestapo to terrorize blue states. So take a moment if you can, leave us a like on the video, gives us a big boost in the algorithm, lets us know you enjoy our content, and let's get right to the discussion.
New CNN analysis has found a stark split in where federal agents are arresting immigrants in red and blue states. Data from Immigration and Customs Enforcement shows that while more immigrants are being arrested in states that voted for President Trump, 59% of those arrests took place in prisons and jails. By contrast, in Democratic-leaning states, 70% of ICE arrests happen in the community. That means that agents are showing up with their faces covered, picking up immigrants from work sites, streets, and mass roundups. All that has sparked protest.
And it shows how Trump is truly fulfilling his role as a fascist. The left, again, was right. MAGA, again, fell for it. Like, it's not just with authoritarianism. Like, that's not enough. He's not just using a dictatorial level of control, but he's specifically wielding it with malice against those he feels has wronged him, like blue voters, which is why we see ICE in the neighborhoods of blue states, but not red states, why we see the Marines mobilized in blue states against the state's wishes, but not red ones. And anyone telling you different in the wake of this and Trump calling for Democrat candidates to be deported, arresting Democrat lawmakers and judges, detaining and harassing others, calling for the arrest of Obama and Hillary, is showing you that they'll just carry water for anything Trump does. These same people are often the ones who will tell you that Trump being held accountable for his crimes was political persecution, him doing fraud and then being held civilly liable for fraud was political persecution, him raping a woman and then being held civilly liable for raping her was political persecution. But Trump personally weaponizing the DOJ to go after his enemies is fair game, because literally don't ask them why. Again, it's also funny because we were just told how bad the migrant problem was in Texas by Republicans the entire last year, but yet we haven't seen ICE do this in Texas. I wonder why.
In some states, like Massachusetts, 78% of those arrested in community raids had no criminal record. So I wonder how sweeping up these non-criminals makes communities safer.
Well, look, I think the Trump administration's been very clear from the start, which is they're going to continue to prioritize criminals, but they're not going to exempt anyone else from immigration law, right? We saw that during 4 years of the Biden administration, where they said, we're not going to deport, we're not going to arrest and therefore deport certain classes of illegal aliens here in the United States. And unfortunately, what that does is it just encourages more and more of those types of individuals to come to the country knowing that they'll never be deported. So the Trump administration says, look, everyone's on the table, but we're going to continue to prioritize certain, or I should say, criminal illegal aliens.
Right, guys, they're prioritizing criminals. It's just a coincidence that over 70% of ICE detainees federally have no criminal record, and another 15 to 20% of that have only minor traffic violations. They're prioritizing criminals. That's why Tom Homan went on Fox News and said that accent, race, and occupation were enough probable cause for them to detain someone. Oh yeah, it's because MAGA genuinely thinks brown people are criminals. They're racist. I mean, this is such insane cope. I just don't get how he's even allowed to say it. It's clear the Trump administration has one goal. It's numbers on the board, right? Like, they want more deportations than Biden. He probably wants like some sort of a record or something so he can tout that when he leaves office, because he knows he's going to destroy the economy, which is why they're handling this in such a cruel and inhumane way. A way, mind you, that has left multiple U.S. citizens harassed, veterans at that, children deported, and some citizens held in ICE detainment for days, if not weeks, if not months.
A lot of these folks are non-criminals. They are students, the kinds of workers that the president says the country needs, who come about hard labor naturally, in his words. Then why go after these folks and why round them up when there are folks out there who have committed crimes and who likely would be their removal likely would make the community safer? Why go after just a blanket population of folks when you don't actually know if they've done something wrong?
Again, I feel like I've answered this 3 times. Again, the Trump administration is actually targeting both groups that you described there, both the ones that are criminal illegal aliens and those that perhaps have not committed a crime but still
I guess
reside
my question
here in
is
the United
why
States
why go
illegally.
after both?
I think anytime that you exclude.
Exactly. There's no answer here because there is no answer here. He also is lying. You don't get 22% criminal arrests by targeting criminals. Let's just use a bit of logic here. They're targeting brown people, and if they end up being criminals, that makes it easier on them. That's so obviously what's happening. I don't think anyone serious would debate that. It's also a waste of resources to be doing so. As Boris was asking here, they should be targeting actual criminals. They should be targeting actual criminal operations, party of law and order, right? Like, also offer a pathway to citizenship or residency if you're that mad about how they came here, to those who are nonviolent offenders and are benefiting our economy. If you want to know who they are and all of that, that solves all those problems while also helping our economy, and revamp our immigration system to then fix the issues. We can literally do it all. You could write it all into one bill. We can walk and chew bubblegum. You just saw Trump sign 7 different things into one big, beautiful bill. So it's obviously possible. Trump would never do it because he's racist. Republicans would never do it because, well, without immigration, they never win another election again. Most of MAGA won't support it because they're low-key bigots, whether they admit it to themselves or not. But it's so clearly the inevitable outcome. I don't get why we don't just rip the Band-Aid off and pull the trigger on it. We'll never round millions of people up and deport them all. That is so obviously fan fiction.